And we are back. Pokemon Black 2, Hardcore Nuzlocke. The run continues. We have made it to the Elite Four, but real quick, let's see everyone we left in the PC and on the table and who is not coming to the Elite Four with us. So we left Swanna, we left the Flygon, we left Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus and Swanna both really big staples to the channel, and Jellicent also a huge fan favorite. Gothitelle would have been really good, very Gardevoir-esque. Big fan, just the adamant nature really held her back, unfortunately. Electros is always good. Roserade is really good. I'm just not sure how Roserade would have done against Iris's team particularly or in specific, but Emboar I really struggled with. It's just so hard to swap into him. The hammer arm missing at the worst possible seconds. Very fun moveset, but Heat Crash can also be kind of wishy-washy with depending on how much the opponent weighs. So I just don't know about that. So we ended up leaving him on the table. As far as Pokemon, we lost along the way. We lost the little Purloin after popping off in the first gym. The Watchog just comically going down to the Chinchino in the wild. And then that fifth gym was absolutely tragic, losing both Murtag and Aujihad. The Riolu just, it still hurts. It still hurts to think about. We lost our Gigalith in the reverse mountain there, the double battle. And then just recently in Victory Road, we lost our Galbatorix, our Unfezant right there before the rival fight. And then we actually lost our Zebra to the Unfezant from our rival. So just a whole bunch of ridiculousness going on there, but it is now time to take on the first member of the Elite Four, and let's cut to that and see who we have chosen. All right, we are inside the Elite Four, and we are running straight to Grimsley. He's mainly dark type Pokemon, and given my team comp, I think we are very well equipped to deal with him. I'm not sure the exact order we're going to be going in here, but the team is looking very fun. We've got a nice, diverse set of teammates here, and we are really going for the Crustle sweep whenever we can. I think this is the first time that Crocodile has actually survived to the Elite Four. We've got my favorite Pokemon, Lapras. Chandelure is one of the best ghost-type Pokemon, one of the highest special attacks ever. Emolga actually made it onto the final team, probably just because of the bias I have towards the flying squirrel, or the flying chipmunk as I like to call it. Just one of my favorite Pokemon. And then another one of my favorites is Vaporeon. So just a really big bias to this team. I hope it's good in practice because it's just really fun on paper. So we're just going to have to put it to the test and see if we can beat Grimsley without losing anybody. It is crucial to make it to Iris with a full team of 6. If we can do that, I think we've got this. If we drop 1, 2, honestly, if we drop 1, we might be able to squeak out if we play it well enough. But if we lose more than 1 Pokemon throughout these 4 members, I'm just not sure. I am not sure. So let's not take anything for granted. I do have the moveset with me over here to the left of the screen just in case we need it. But we've been here 4 times in White 2, and hopefully we can complete this the first time around in Black 2. So here we go. All of that precap out of the way, and now the strategy here is just to get the Intimidate down onto Liepard, and now we are going to pivot into Alagasia or the Crustle and try to get that Shell Smash off. The Intimidate's going to help keep the Crab a little bit safer, and plus I'm predicting Liepard going for a Fake Out anyway, so we might as well get the Intimidate down. So does it go for the Fake Out? It absolutely does. Now this is going to do pitiful damage since it's not very effective, and the Intimidate as well. And look at this, the Leftovers actually heals us back to full, so Sturdy is still in effect. This is beautiful. Let's keep this rolling. The Night Slash comes down. Now if it crits, the Intimidate's not going to matter. However, if it doesn't crit, look at that damage. That is beautiful. 1 Shell Smash down. We can speed through all of that animation. It does take a hot second, and we are -2 defense now though. So we're really only -1 because of the Intimidate, and I hope we're not faster than the Liepard, because if we're faster, we're going to be -4 when it hits us again. So if we can not be faster, we are, unfortunately, and now we are -4, and this Night Slash is actually going to do a ton of damage if it does go for Night Slash, and it does. So if this crits and kills the crab, please God, okay, we're good. Now I would love to go for another one. However, if it does crit, we lose the crab, and that would be an absolutely tragic way to start this gym. So I think we're going to have to operate on +4 attack, +4 speed, and I think that'll be enough. I'm not sure with the Scrafty, but there's not much I can do here except risk it all for the third Shell Smash, but then we will be basically -5 defense, and we do have a ridiculous physical defense stat. But again, if it crits, it goes to -6. I don't think it's worth it. I think we're just gonna have to roll it, and if I get too scared, we're just gonna have to swap around. So there comes the X Scissor, +4. It is stab super effective as well. So Liepard goes down, and the leftovers is gonna get us to a healthier spot here, little bit by little bit. But the real issue, honestly, is right here. Since we can't hit Scrafty for super effective. Now, she can hit us with a super effective Rock Tomb, but Rock Tomb isn't very high on the damage charts. It does not have a lot of power to it. So we actually are probably dead to crit. So what I'm thinking, we can go for a neutral X Scissor and hope it's enough, or we can go for Dig and try to get an extra leftovers proc. I think we just go for X Scissor and hope we don't die. I think we go for X Scissor and hope we don't die. If Scrafty crits us, though, actually, look at that. The +4 is enough to take down Scrafty. Really good stuff, and we get another leftovers to compensate. So actually, I'm feeling so much better now that Scrafty's gone. That's really good, and thankfully this Scrafty had Moxie and didn't have Intimidate, so Crocodile's going to have to come up and do that to us, and now we are +3 attack, still +4 speed, so we shouldn't have any issue there, and I think X Scissor is super effective, so I think we've got this. This is looking really good. The Crocodile eats the X Scissor and cannot hold on, and Alligazia the Crustle is just flexing right now in the first fight of the Elite Four leftovers, almost bringing us back to that sturdy benchmark, and the Bisharp comes down, and we have Dig here for a super effective pivot, and I do believe that is GG, no re, well played. Metal Claw comes down, but it misses. We get a little bit of leftovers underground, and then we completely surprise the Knight, and I think that's it. I think we beat Grimsley without too many issues. Really good stuff. A well-executed game plan. We do have to watch the level cap, though, because if we break level 59 before Iris, we cannot use Crustle, so just got to watch out for that as well. But yeah, I think that was a really good job on the team's part. And now we are on to the next member. Let's do it. All right, it is now time for the second member of the Elite Four. I have chosen Caitlin with her Psychic type Pokemon. And the biggest hurdle that we're going to have to overcome here is not over leveling our Crustle, because we're already level 59, which is the cap. And it's not going to take much, so I'm going to risk starting the Emolga here just so that the XP is shared with the Musharna once we clear it, but even then, that 10,000 XP is going to add up very quickly, so I might have to forfeit that game plan at the very end against the Gothitelle. So I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see, but I think Crocodile could easily take care of the Gothitelle. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens, but let's see if we can get basically another clean sweep against Caitlin. And if we can do that, we've cleared half the Elite Four without too many crazy things happening, no losses, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's do it. Let's dive right in. All right, so Caitlin, 4 Psychic type Pokemon. It has that bulky Musharna to start out with. Always goes for the Yawn Dream Eater play, which is going to be kind of annoying, but honestly, I don't think we should be too afraid. The question here is, do we just Volt Switch right into the Crustle? Is it going to go for Reflect and then Yawn? Do we go for a Light Screen? Actually, let's go for a light screen just in case the Crustle does fall asleep. That way we can protect it. And there is the Yawn. So let's go ahead and Volt Switch and get the Crustle out there. And the only damaging move that Musharna has is Charge Beam. So it's not going for a whole lot on her own, but is really trying to set up for the rest of the team. And there is the Yawn Cheese. And do we Shell Smash? I think because we have the not Reflect, but the Light Screen, I think we'll be kind of safe with the Shell Smash here, actually. So we're -2 special defense, which is a little concerning. But it goes for the second Yawn and completely fails because we're already asleep. So I'm going to take that, and hopefully we just wake up really quick, and hopefully this Dream Eater does less than you would want it to, and it critical hits. Oh my god, it critical hits Crustle to 1 HP. Holy oh my gosh, it goes through the light screen. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Holy Toledo. Okay, so we're gonna save Arya for the Gothitelle. I think that's what we're gonna do. And Oramus cannot be crit. So let's try to utilize that, maybe one of those light screen turns, and forget that, it's gone. So there goes that. I think this is going to be more of a drawn out fight, so let's go ahead and get a Confuse Ray. This is a complete audible. Everything has gone out the window, but at least we don't have to worry about over leveling the Crustle. My gosh, I cannot believe that just happened. And unfortunately, if we go for Ice Beam or Thunderbolt and it does one of those status moves against the Musharna, we will not, will also be status because it has Synchronize. So if we freeze it with Ice Beam, we'll also be frozen, but it is Stab. So maybe we just do the Stab Surf then and not mess around with the status moves just to be safe. The Confusion does come down and smacks Musharna twice. You love to see that. And now we're going to roll one more Surf, and hopefully that will do the trick. We get a fadeaway critical, return the favor to the sleeping Musharna. Beautiful stuff, no over leveling, and the Reunculus comes down. Now, this guy or this girl does have Energy Ball and Focus Blast, which are both super effective. And his special attack is phenomenal, or her special. So either what I'm trying to say is we can't get crit because of the shell armor, but man, is it going to hurt if whatever she decides to go with, it's going to really hurt. So I think we just go for the Confuse Ray again. I think we utilize the status tools at our disposal, and hopefully that can add up like it did against the Musharna. Unfortunately, the Focus Blast does break through, and this is going to do massive damage. I don't believe it can one-shot a Lapras given that special defense bulk, but my gosh, it's going to do everything it can, and we're just going to swap out here, unfortunately. Dang, that's rough. That is super rough. I think we're going to get Durza in there and get another light screen up. I think that's what we're going to do. Then maybe Volt Switch into the Chandelure. That might be my play here. The Confusion comes down, and it does hurt the Reunculus. Beautiful, paving the way for this light screen to protect the rest of the team. And we are dead to a Stab Psychic critical. I'm hoping we can live. We can definitely live Psychic now that the light screen is up, as long as it doesn't crit. I swear to goodness, if this is another crit through the screen, I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay. And now we can do a Volt Switch, and I'm fairly confident it's going to go for Psychic again. So maybe we take this opportunity to go to the Crocodile. Maybe, maybe not. Well, let's Volt Switch first and see what happens, because I want the Psychic pivot because the Dark, it won't affect the Dark typing. However, if we do that now, we can't do that later. But really, that just leaves the Aegislash, and I think Reunculus drops if we go into Arya with the Stab Dark type move. Because someone's going to have to eat that Psychic, but the light screen is up. And we are faster with Chandelure, and we can finish with a Shadow Ball from there. But then we might get outsped by the Aegislash. But then it would be fine because the light screen is up. And it would go for not a Stab Shadow Ball. It would be a neutral. It would be super effective, but it wouldn't be stab. So as long as we don't get crit. Oh my gosh, this is a big decision. I think we go into Chandelure. I think we save the Crocodile because it's almost a guarantee. So as long as this doesn't crit, we should be fine. We should be fine. Absolutely. That light screen doing wonders. And now we go for a stab. Super effective Shadow Ball with Spell Tag boosting the damage as well. Ranunculus should be gone. Absolutely. And the blob goes. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Let's see if we can bring this back. Sigilif comes down. Is looking for a super effective Shadow Ball. But we are also looking for a super effective Shadow Ball. I do believe we get outsped. So I think Light Screen cutting that in half just makes it like a normal move. And I think we can eat that no problem. But again, we're playing with criticals. And if it crits through the screen, we are in trouble. Our special defense isn't bad. I think I'm going to roll it. I think I'm going to roll it because Sigilif really does outspeed most Pokemon. And I'm just kind of running out of pivot opportunities. Yep, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do it. Okay, if this crits, I think we just lost Geode. I think we just lost Chandelure. No crit. No crit. Light screen. Thank you. Beautiful. The Chandelier completely tanks that. And let's see if this Stab Shadow Ball with the Spell Tag is enough to dismantle the Sigil. If it really is. And that just leaves Gothitelle. And I do believe Gothitelle is going to cheese a Calm Mind here when we swap out. But it doesn't matter because it has Psychic, which can't hit Crocodile. It has Thunderbolt, which can't hit Crocodile. So the only thing it can do is a not very effective Shadow Ball. So I think we just hard swap into Aria, into the Crocodile, and I think we'll be just fine. I think we will. And if this goes for Psychic, oh my gosh, the outplay or Shadow Ball. Nope. So Caitlin's still kind of outplaying us with the Calm Mind swap. Really good stuff there. Our Light Screen also wore off, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think we're good. Stab Crunch, and if it doesn't kill, we just roll it again, and we should be fine. The Calm Mind special defense does nothing for Gothitelle's case here. It doesn't one-shot, but it gets in range, even with the Citrus, bringing her back to a safer spot. So as long as we don't get one-shot crit by a +1 Shadow Ball that's not very effective, we are good to go. And that was a critical just to flex on us, but we are just fine. And the Crocodile crunches down. Gothitelle is no more, and that means Caitlin is defeated. That was absolute insanity. I cannot believe the Crab got crit all the way to Pop Sturdy. That was insane, but we did it. And now we are on to either the Fighting type or the Ghost type. But as far as this video goes, we're just going to call it here. So as always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.